Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Thank you for being with us today for a forum discussion entitled The Impact of Virtual Reality in Education. I am Muhammad Amasya bin Muhammad Rashid, an ICT teacher from SMK Puncak Alam. And of course, I am looking forward and excited to listen and moderate today's discussion. Without further ado, let me introduce our first panelist, Ms. Natalia Helen, an officer from Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MASTE. So, Ms. Natalia, can you tell us what is virtual reality and how does it work, particularly in education?
I'll begin the discussion by briefly explaining what exactly is virtual reality. So basically, virtual reality is a computer-generated environment with scenes and objects that appear to be real, making the user feel like they are immersed in their surrounding. This environment is perceived through a device known as virtual reality headset or helmet. The history of VR or virtual reality can be traced back in the 1950s and 1960s when inventors and researchers explored the concept of virtual reality. Among the pioneers, Morton Helix Sensorama in 1962 offered a glimpse of immersive experiences. The Sensorama combined visual, audio, wind effects, and scent dispersal. There are a few importance of virtual reality in the field of education. One of it would be it enhances students' engagement. Students can experience learning and actively participate in the lesson with virtual reality. By exploring immersive learning environment, such as visiting the moon or traveling to a faraway land, teachers can boost classroom excitement as well as inspiring the students' imagination. Other than that, virtual reality can also boost knowledge retention. Virtual reality fully immerses students and completely focuses their senses on the teaching topic. When experiencing topics as if they're a reality, students' brain create clear, detailed maps, helping them to improve their knowledge retention by up to 75%. Last but not least, virtual reality also improves students' learning outcomes. This is because experiential learning with virtual reality benefits a range of students' outcomes. With engaging, individualized experiences like walking with dinosaurs or holding a beating human heart, teachers can improve students' understanding, attainment, and even increase test scores by up to 20%. So basically, virtual reality is transforming education by providing immersive and engaging learning experiences. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Natalia, for the wonderful input regarding VR. Next, I would like to invite Puan Nur Asila binti Abdullah, a headmaster from SMK Terusan Lahad Datu Sabah. In your opinion, how VR can be beneficial to educational field and how do you anticipate its implementation could enhance learning experience?
Thank you to our moderator, Mr. Amar, our IT teacher. Good evening, everyone, and I'm so glad to be here in this forum. I'm also agree with a clear explanation from Ms. Natalia a moment ago. As we know, virtual reality is a cutting-edge technology that can change experience and how people perceive things through it. This is also shows that virtual reality can enhance a student's learning experience. Well, with virtual reality, a students can experience a learning environment that is fun and exciting for them. This is because when this virtual reality technology methods are using into learning, students will experience for themselves that they may be impossible for them to experience it if not with the help of this virtual reality. For example, they will have a experience to explore a space and see deep sea life. With this, they will feel excited, the interest level will increase, and they will be motivated to learn about it. In addition, it is also an advantage for our students who are interested to know more and knowing the real situation of the field they will taken. For example, they do not have to undergo high-risk practical training. With this virtual reality, they can undergo practicals training without real risks and can better understand and be prepared for the risks that will occur in the future, such as students who taken a field like in aviation or others. It is also an advantage for distant learning, especially for university students. In an era where the economy is getting high, students may prefer to work while study. Through this technology, students and also teachers, they will use this as a distance learning methods that they will be feel the experience of being in a classroom, in a real classroom, only through a distance. This makes easier for them to assess each others. After that, the benefits that students will get from these learning methods. This includes consistent involvement from the students. Students are currently more interested to learn about it because this method is an interactive method. Students are more easily focused on their learning. Additionally, students will receive the benefit of having a higher level of motivation. By seeing the real atmosphere and the rising interest, they will be motivated to learn the knowledge they have. As I said earlier regarding the practical training, when they try out the real situation themselves without the risk, they understand and know the situation better because they feel it and go through it with the help of this technology. Opinion, the fields that will have benefit the most is aviation and military. This is because these two fields are indeed among the most challenging and risky. Through this technology, practical training can be done or carried out successfully without any real risk happen. And that's all from me. Thank you for inviting me to this forum.
Thank you, Madam Asila, for the nice point of view as a leader in a school. Okay, next let's us invite our next panel, Miss Lim Yuli, one of special needs teacher in New Bridge International School. As a special needs teacher, how do you think VR can help students with disabilities?
Thank you, Mr. Amar. I'll be sharing how VR, virtual reality, is helping students with special needs in education. So first, VR is a very great tool for creating learning environment or experiences that are personalized for every student. So this is especially very helpful for students with learning disabilities. It can create safe and controlled environments where students can learn more comfortable and practice skills in a way that feels less stressful rather than in a traditional classroom. For students with autism, VR can be very useful too. Many children with autism struggle with social interactions. They have difficulties with how interact with the people, and then they may feel overwhelmed by loud or busy places. So with this, they can practice their social skills and like making eye contact with each other or starting a conversation in a calm and controlled setting. So programs like virtual reality social skills training, it could let students interact with avatars and repeat these situations until they feel more confident and comfortable to speak. For students with dyslexia, VR can also be a very powerful tool too. So dyslexia affects how students read and understand words. So it can present text in a new way, like placing words in 3D environments, which can make it easier for them to understand. And also, it allows students to learn at their own speed. So it helps them focus on some difficult parts of reading or writing without any distractions. And for example, programs like Gothic, it helps dyslexia students by giving them feedback on their reading and writing. So which can be very useful for them, and it's actually can create a more interactive learning experiences for them. So in a summary, it provides personalized and engaging learning for them. So it's actually very useful for students with autism and dyslexia. And also, other than that, it also provides chances for them to learn in a new way that traditional methods may not be able to. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lim Yuli, for the good point of view. Now, we are very sure that VR can improve the learning experience for the special needs students. Next, let us invite Ms. Nur Sukriyah binti Abdul Siddiq, a counselor at SMK Balaban Jaya. As we know, students also learn by socializing with people and peers. How do VR create opportunities for students to collaborate in virtual environment?
Thank you to the moderator, and my name is Noshukra binti Abdul Siddiq, and I work as a counseling teacher at SMK Balaban Jaya, and I will explain the VR impact collaboration and social learning. VR technology has a many impact on social learning. First, VR can improve learning outcomes and facilitate learning by supporting remote collaboration between students, expert and novice who are equally involved in learning process. A second impact is social skill developments. VR helps in developing important teamwork and communication skills. In addition, it also helps to improve communication between group members and increase the profitability of learning outcomes among the students. The last impact is VR become an effective tool for soft skills training. This VR tool is a very effective tool for teaching soft skills such as communication, empathy, and leadership. VR-based students will be more emotionally connected to the learning content, which leads to better long-term learning in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful sharing, Ms. Sukriya. Of course, a counselor would psychologically know the students' rights. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Nur Fakihah binti Ibrahim, an officer from District Education Office. Can you share with us what are the challenges and limitations if VR is implemented in educational field?
Thank you to the moderator for introducing myself. Today, I will explain or give my arguments about challenge and limitation of VR in education. Okay. Virtual reality VR technology is gaining more attention in the field of education. This is because of its potential to provide a more interactive and interesting learning experience. However, there are some challenges and limitations in its implementation in education instruction. First, high cost. One of the main challenges of using VR in education is high cost. VR equipment such as headsets, high implements, computers, and special software can cost a lot of the money. School with limited budget may find it difficult to provide this technology to all students. In addition, maintenance costs and software updates can also be an additional burden. Second, health concern. Long-term use the VR can cause health problems such as motion sickness, eye strains, fractures, and physical fatigues. This happens because the brain has difficulty adapting to virtual environment that move, but the body does not move physically. Third, difficult of the teachers to adapt VR technology. Not all teachers have the skill or knowledge to using VR technology. Some teachers may feel uncomfortable or use of the technology. It makes them less interested in using in the class. This causes difficulty for users in adapting to the modern age of sophisticated technology. That's all. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you for an eye-opening sharing as one of the experts in this field. Of course, when there is benefits, there will be also challenges that we need to face. Next, let's invite our next panel, Mr. Muhammad Iqmal Nizam bin Muhammad Safi, a lecturer from Computer Science Faculty, University Perguruan Sultan Iblis UFSI. Can you share with us how VR can make quality education more accessible in remote areas, and how do you see the potential of VR in bridging the geographical barrier?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Thank you, moderator, for giving me the opportunity to speak at today's forum on the topic, the impact of virtual reality in education. I would like to share my thought on virtual reality technology as the potential to transform the global educational landscape. First thing first is the potential of VR for global education. Let us begin by examining how VR can help make quality exam education more accessible. One of the biggest challenges in global education is the uneven access to educational resource, especially in underserved or remote areas or where educational facilities are limited. With VR, students from remote locations can access the same quality learning experience as does in urban or developed countries. This technology offers the ability to overcome geographical barriers and provide a learning experience that is limitless. For example, VR can bring students from remote areas in Africa or South Asia to experience interactive science lessons, lab simulations, or virtual field trips that are otherwise difficult to implement physically in this area. Second is bridging geographical barriers. One of the key advantages of VR is its ability to bridge the geographical gap between students in different locations. In this era of globalization, education should not be limited by location. With VR, students from rural areas or developing countries can now interact with teachers and fellow students from developed countries. For example, there have been initiatives using VR to bring refuge students into a broader educational experience. A notable example is the use of VR in Syria refugee camps, where this technology has been used to provide better learning opportunities for children who have no access to physical school due to the war and displacement. With VR, they can experience engaging and immersive learning experience without leaving the camps. Third is additional benefits of VR and in education. In addition to enhancing access to education, VR also improves the effectiveness of teaching and learning. With VR, students can experience situations that would otherwise be difficult to explore physically, such as conducting chemistry lab simulations or teaching a complex concept that require 3D visualization. For instance, students in the medical field can perform surgery simulation using VR, providing them with hands-on training without the risk associated with real-life mistakes. History students can walk through ancient civilizations, giving them a deeper understanding of the world history. In conclusion, VR holds tremendous potential in education, especially in making quality education more accessible, bridging geographical barriers, and providing students with more immersive and engaging learning experience. Furthermore, VR also offers opportunities for students in remote or conflict-affected areas to access educational experience similar to those in more developed areas. As educators, we should view this technology as a tool to enrich the learning process, foster global learning, and ensure that no student is left behind in education. This technology is not just for the future, it is already being effectively used in global educational initiatives.
Thank you so much, Mr. Iqmal, for an explicit point of view. Such an eye-opening insight for us. Last but not least, let me invite Ms. Juzilin Silim, representative from Ministry of Education Malaysia. Okay, Ms. Juzilin, we would like to know how the ministry see and anticipate the developments and future trend in VR for education.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurju Jalens, and first I'd like to thanks to the moderator for giving the opportunity to describe these exciting developments. I hope you all are doing well, and I wanted to share some insight on the future trends and developments in VR for educations. So let's dive into what lies ahead. In emerging trends in VR technology for educations, first in AI integrations, the fusion of artificial intelligence AI with virtual reality VR is poised to revolutionize educational experience. AI can enhance VR environments by enabling intelligent tutoring system, personalized feedback, and real-time assessment of student performance. Adaptive AI-driven avatar can act as virtual instructor, providing tailored support based on individual learning styles and progress. So second is in adaptive learning system. VR combined with adaptive learning technologies can create customized educational pathway for students, and this system analyzes user data to adjust the difficult content and pacing of lessons, ensuring that each learner receives instructions fit to their unique needs. This approach promotes deeper engagement and improved learning outcome. So third, in multi-user VR experience, collaborative VR platforms are gaining traction, allowing multiple users to interact within the same virtual environments. So this development fosters teamwork, communications, and social learning among students, even if they are geographically dispersed. Virtual classroom, group project, and peer-to-peer learning activities can be conducted seamlessly in immersive setting. So, my speculation on future innovations in VR education is in the next 5 or 10 years, VR in education is expected to undergo significant transformations. Like first in hyper-realistic simulations, advance in VR hardware software will lead to highly detailed life-like simulations. So these environments will be indistinguishable from the real world, enhancing experiential learning in fields such as medicine, engineering, and science. So second is haptic feedback and sensory immersions. The integration of haptic technology will allow learners to experience tactile feedback, adding a new dimension to VR educations. And students could feel texture, resistance, and other physical sensations, making practical training more effective. In global virtual campus, VR could dissolve geographical barrier, creating global virtual campus where students from around the world attend lecture, participate in discussions, and collaborate on projects in shared immersive space. So, emotional and cognitive analytics. Future VR system may incorporate biometric sensors to monitor emotional and cognitive states. This data can help educators understand student engagement and stress levels, enabling more responsive teaching strategies. So, ongoing research and experiments in VR-based learning. Current research in VR education focus on enhancing cognitive load management, improving retention rate, and fostering critical thinking skills. So project exploring the use of VR for special educations, language acquisitions, and STEM learning are particularly prominent. Experiment with VR-based assessment aim to develop more accurate and dynamic evaluations method compared to traditional tests. So additionally, institutions are investigating the long-term effect of VR learning on memory retention and problem-solving abilities. So collaborative studies between technology companies and educational institutions continue to push the boundaries of what VR can achieve in academic setting. So in conclusions, the future of VR in education promises a dynamic shift towards more immersive, personalized, and globally connected learning experience driven by rapid technological advancement and innovative research. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Juzelin, for a crystal clear explanation. We finally have come to end of the forum discussion. So let me wrap up what we are discussing today. Virtual reality VR is a computer-generated environment that simulates reality and allows users to interact with it. And from our discussion, VR surely are beneficial to be used in educational field. VR allow the engagement, motivation, and better retention of information for the students. In addition to that, the utilization of VR also could enhance learning experience of special needs students. Through immersive experience of VR, the collaboration and social learning among students also can be improved and enhanced by utilizing it for group work and peer learning for developing the social skills. However, when there is benefit, there will also be challenges and limitations that we need to face, such as cost, hardware limitations, access issue, as well as some health issues that might appear while utilizing VR. On the other hand, VR can make quality education more accessible as well as allowing education equity, especially for underprivileged students. VR can expose them by simulates the reality in the outside world and allow them to interact with it nor enhance their learning experience. Furthermore, clear vision and mission of Ministry to strengthen Malaysia education system by investing in educational technology through implementing VR should be apprised. Last but not least, I would like to extend gratitude to all the panelists who are willing to spend their time for this forum discussion. Your sharing is surely valuable and useful for all shareholders in educational field. I think that's all from me. Thank you.